of Molag Bal. They seek to conquer Glenumbra. Please stop them. We won't be able to resist the Bloodthorn much longer.
This? You're not my idiot descendant. You're not even a member of my family. You're placing the sacred candles instead of my worthless descendant? Has he no shame at all? I can see that. So he's afraid to face his former comrades? He should fear the wrath of the angry dead more. Still, he has made an effort. Of a sort. Return to Harald. Tell him to renounce the cult and continue to make amends, or he'll suffer the vengeance of the dead. Now go. I wish to return to my rest.
What did great-grandfather tell you? Am I back in good graces?
Your ancestor accepted your offering, but he wants you to continue to honor their memory.
I renounced the cult and promised to honor my ancestors, but from a much safer distance. I'll make my way out of here. Maybe go to Daggerfall or start a new life somewhere else. No more cults for me, not even benign ones. You there! You don't look like one of these bandits. Get down and be quiet. We don't want to give our position away. We're keeping an eye on these Red Rook bastards. They're not the simple bandits they pretend to be, that's for sure. If you want to help, go talk to Provost Piper.
Where can I find Provost Piper?
The Provost? He commands the Lion Guard camp near the old ruins. Tell him you want to help, and he'll probably give you a commission. We captured a Red Rook messenger. He was on his way to a secret meeting when we snatched up the lout.
A secret meeting?
Something about the Red Rooks and the Bloodthorns. The Provost can tell you more if you're really that interested. Now get out of here before you bring the entire bandit gang down on my head.
I'll talk to Provost Piper at the camp.
I suffer eternal dishonor for failing my lady, the Emerald Princess. I am no longer worthy of the post I hold.
Who was the Emerald Princess?
She was our beloved ruler, a queen with martial skills and unsurpassed beauty. Her shield, the green aegis, protected her in battle. It was the symbol of our undying loyalty to her.
Bye.
Once more, the green aegis defends its lady's resting place.
I have failed in my duty. I could not defend the trophies of the Supreme Hunter, the Ivory Lord.
Who was the Ivory Lord?
My lord was a hunter. He stalked dangerous game from Skyrim to Valenwood. No beast could elude him, no target could evade his arrow. It took many assassins to lay him low.
Goodbye.
Once more, the Ivory Lord's tusk defends his treasures.
Werewolves hate pie. Or do they? It's always nice to find larvae and a zombie. It's kind of weird too.
I failed to protect the regalia of my exalted lord, the Golden Prince.
Who was the Golden Prince? Or princess?
He was a ruler of great wealth and renown. He brought trade and prosperity to High Rock. The prince's power was in his vast reserves of gold, the balm that soothes all tempers.
Okay. That works. Cool. Now I gotta kill this idiot.
Once more, the pride of the Golden Prince protects his treasures.
There it is. You are nasty. Bye-bye.
I was too weak to protect the tomb of my lord, the Iron Son of High Rock.
Who is the Iron Son?
He was a mighty ruler of ancient Camlorn. His powerful blade of sky-fallen iron forged a mighty dynasty. In war and peace, he ruled by the sword.
Bye.
Once again, the Iron King's flame will burn those who try to steal his blade.
So there's a whisper? I did not. Okay.
Sheathe your weapon. I may be dead, but I am not your enemy.
Who are you?
Mortal, know that I am Donel Dellen, once King of Daggerfall. Your deeds have not gone unnoticed, and I thank you for your help. However, the danger has not passed. These necromancers plan to enslave us and turn us against our descendants. The Bloodthorn no longer desecrate our tombs, but our faithful knights are still at risk. The grave robbers use soul-twisting sorcery to enslave them.
What should I do?
Slay these Bloodthorn cultists. Rescue the spirits they are trying to enslave. To my great sorrow, Sir Grandin has already heeded their evil call. Find his tomb to the east and destroy him. When that is done, find me on the Monument Hill.
I'll free the spirits and destroy Sir Grandin.
Slay the Bloodthorns. Break their hold over our servants. Our servants have been loyal and true. Such commitment must not be repaid with slavery.
But who was Sir Grandin?
Sir Grandin was a great hero of High Rock. Standing alone in the pass to Stormhaven, he turned back the raging Nord invaders. As the first spirit to fall to the Bloodthorns, he will be a fearsome opponent.
That he will.
Screams have ended and I can think again. I must attend to my lords.
Split up!
Dang it.
Thank you, champion. Your help is greatly appreciated.
You're very welcome.
At long last, my thoughts are once again my own, thanks to you.
You're welcome. Did that hurt? Damn it, Quana.
You return. My brother and sister monarchs await word of your success.
It's done. Your spectral knights are free.
We knew you could defeat the Bloodthorn cultists. And now, the time has come. Please remain and bear witness.
Very well.
Without your aid, we'd be slaves, forced by the Bloodthorns to smite our own descendants. Even kings may bend a knee to those they honor. Release us to our final rest.
As you wish.
Have we your leave to depart?
I release you to your final rest. Farewell, King Donald.
Farewell, mortal. Your actions this day shall prove a decisive blow to the Bloodthorn cult and their evil master.
Using a app right now called ESO Toolkit. It's actually pretty good. Helps you keep track of what you're doing. So, in case you were wondering about Elder Scrolls, what I'm doing with the Elder Scrolls apps and what all, but you know. See if I can't use this grand repair kit. Something needed. My sword needs it bad. Let's see. Let's repair that. Let's go talk to Provost Piper. But first, gotta get this guy on. And get the burger. I'm just stocking up all my wood and stuff, even though I don't have enough to actually, or I don't have enough skill to use it. I'm still stocking up. Dang it. An invisible axe. Well done.
I heard that Duke Sebastian was a werewolf, but they cured him.
An adventurer from the looks of you. Live by the sword and die by it, as they say. What brings you to our humble camp?
Corporal Adele said you could use some help.
I might have something that will interest you. We captured a Red Rook messenger prowling around our camp. We think he was going to a Red Rook's and Bloodthorn's meeting. Rumor is they're forming an alliance, but we can't get the messenger to talk.
Want me to talk to him?
Might as well give it a shot. He's been telling us a sad story about his kidnapped family, but I don't believe a word of it. If you want to try to make the bandit talk, he's right over there.
Oh, I'll make him talk.
Please, you have to listen to me. My family's in danger. No one will listen. I'll tell you everything I know, but you have to help me. I'm begging you.
Alright, I'm listening.
First, you have to promise to help me. I didn't stumble into a Lion Guard camp by accident. I came here for help, not to be taken prisoner. I had no choice. They're holding my family.
Who's holding your family?
The Red Rooks. I'm a tracker. I know this area like the back of my hand. The Red Rooks tried to convince me to join them, but I said no. So they captured my family and threatened to kill them. I want those bastards dead just as much as anyone.
I'll rescue your family if you tell me what you know.
Yes, I'll tell you everything I know, but only after they're safe. They're holding my family in an abandoned house to the south of this camp. If you get them back here safely, I'll tell you everything you want to know.
Better.
Huh? What do you want with this old hunt?
History of the Fire Skill, Part 1. In the 283rd year of the Second Era, Potentate Versidue Shae was faced with a disintegrating empire. The vassal kingdoms throughout Tamriel had reached a new height of rebellion. Openly challenging his rule, they refused his taxes and led sorties against the imperial garrisons throughout the land. At the destruction of his fortress in Dawnstar, he gathered the imperial council in what would be called the Council of Bardment. After the town south of Dawnstar where they met. There, the potentate declared Catholic and universal martial law. The princes of Tamriel would dissolve their armies or face his wrath. The next 37 years were perhaps the bloodiest and violent history of Tamriel. In order to crush the last of royal armies, Versidue Shae had to sacrifice many of his best legions, as well as spend nearly every last piece of gold in the imperial treasury. But he accomplished the unthinkable. For the first time in history, there was but one army in the land, and it was his own. The problems that immediately surfaced were almost as staggering as the triumph itself. The potentate had impoverished the land by his war, for the vanquished kingdoms had also spent the last of their gold in defense. Farmers and merchants alike had their livelihood ruined before the princes of Tamriel would not pay his taxes. Now they could not. The only persons who benefited from the war were criminals, who preyed upon the ruins of the lawless land without fear of arrest now that all the local guards militia were gone. It was a crisis the Akaviri had seen coming before he destroyed the last of his subjects' armies, but for which he had no solution. He could not allow his vassals their own armies again, but the land was deeper into the stew of anarchy than it had ever been before. His army sought to fight the rise of crime, but a central authority was no threat against the local underworld. In the dawn of year 320, a kinsman of Versidue, Shai, Denarius Bess, the Iron presented himself with a host of companions before the potentate. It was he who suggested an order of mercantile warriors for hire, who would be hired by nobility in lieu of a standing army. The employment would be temporary, and percentage of their fees would go to the potentate government, thus putting salve on two of Versidue Shai's greatest pains, though it was then called the Sifim, after the Saixi word for soldiers. The organization that was to be known as the Friars Guild had been born. Yeah.
You aren't one of them. Please, help us. These bandits grabbed us. They're using us to force my husband to help them. I'm so worried about him.
Your husband is at the Lion Guard camp to the northeast. You'll be safe there.
Yip is safe. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Come, Darciel. We need to get out of here and find your father.
They're safe, thank the Divines. And thank you for believing me. I'll tell you everything I know about the Red Rooks and the Bloodthorns.
I'm listening.
The Bloodthorns and Red Rooks plan to finalize their alliance. They're meeting in secret right in the ruins behind you. But the relationship has been rocky at best from what I was able to see. I don't think it will be very hard to force them apart.
How can I force them apart?
Just wiping out the ones at this meeting won't be enough. That might even bring the two groups closer together, since you'd be giving them a common enemy. No, you need to turn them against one another.
Are you going to tell me what you're thinking or not?
Of course. It's a great idea. Take my clothes and go to the ruins. Find Envoy Caius and attack him while wearing a Red Rook uniform. That should shatter the alliance. If you lose the disguise, dig around in Red Rook packs for another one.
Well, aren't you new?
Bloodthorns, to arms! The Red Rooks that betrayed us!
So, I'm going to take a wild guess here. All that commotion coming from the ruins? That was you, wasn't it? Good work.
I disrupted the meeting by killing the Bloodthorn envoy while disguised as a Red Rook.
A job well done, then. No good would have come from such an unholy alliance. While you were gone, I decided to let Kip and his family go. Couldn't stand seeing his wife and daughter so distressed. I even tossed him a shirt and a pair of pants.
feel its pain.
Hello.
After all's said and done, more said than done.